You might be wondering whether it is truly possible to become a millionaire while earning just a modest salary. Is it really realistic to dream of wealth if your income is low? Many people dismiss this idea, thinking that financial freedom is reserved only for those born into wealth or who earn huge salaries. Today, we are going to explore a remarkable story of financial success and the practical steps you can take to grow your wealth even with a small income. We will focus on the life of an American named Ronald Reed. After his death in June 2014, Ronald's story made headlines across the country because of a secret he had kept hidden from everyone, even his own family. Ronald Reed, who had worked as a janitor for most of his life, earning a modest wage, had quietly amassed a fortune exceeding $8 million. Yes, you heard that right. $8 million. Some might say, so what? Millionaires die like everyone else. But Ronald's story is unique. His journey shows that ordinary people can achieve extraordinary financial success through smart planning, discipline, and patience. Ronald grew up in Demerstown, a small town in the United States, in a humble farming family. He barely finished high school and started working as a janitor, earning a minimum wage for most of his adult life. His annual salary as a janitor was approximately $22,000, which equates to about 108 $1,008 per month. Yet, ag- yet against the odds, Ronald managed to transform this modest income into a multi-million dollar fortune. So how did he do it? What was this his secret? The first key principle he knew, which is rarely taught in school, is a simple yet powerful formula for wealth. Understand the difference between the money you earn and the money you spend. In other words, income minus expenses equals savings. If this number is positive, you are saving money. If it's negative, you are accumulating debt. Wealth is not measured by how much you earn, by how much you manage to return every additional 5% of your income that you save can significantly accelerate your journey to financial independence, potential allowing you to retire several years early than expected. Imagine this scenario. Your monthly income is $5,000, but you spend all of it. In that case, financial freedom will remain out of reach, and you may need to work until your final days. Unless, of course, you were born wealthy. However, if you learn to spend less than you earn, you can save, invest, and make your money work for you, generating passive money streams that could eventually cover all your living expenses. This is the ideal situation we all strive for. A life in which your money works for you rather than you working for money alone. Let's break let's break this down with some practical examples. Suppose your annual income is $65,000. and you're able to save 10% or 6,500 dollars per year. If you consistently save at these rates, you could potentially achieve financial freedom in 50 years. Here is the interesting part. If you save just 5% more, meaning 50% of your income, you could reach the same freedom in 42 years. Saving an additional 5% might seem small, but over time, it, it can save you more than 8 years of work. Your current age plays a crucial role in determining how much you need to save to retire as a millionaire. Let's assume you want to retire at 60, 65. If you start saving at 20, you will need to put aside just $28 per month. If you start at 30, this is increased to 40 and $4,300 per month. At 40, it rises to 1,030 and $30 per month. At 50, it jumps to 2,800 per month. Clearly, the earlier you start saving, the easier it is to achieve your financial goals. This calculation assumes a few key factors. You begin with zero savings, you can grow your investments at an average of 7% per year, and you increase your monthly savings by at least 2% annually to account for inflation. So, while these are just illustrative numbers, the message is clear. Starting early and constantly saving even small amounts can have a huge impact over the course of your lifetime. Now, here's a small exercise for you. Take a moment to calculate how much you could save each month based on your current income and expenses. It will take just a few seconds, but it's an eye-opening way to understand the power of compounding over decades. Interestingly, contrary to popular belief, many millionaires come from humble backgrounds. They didn't inherit wealth, they built it themselves. Ronald Reed is a perfect example of this. Most millionaires share on traits uncommon, multiple streams of income. For instance, Ronald had two sources of income: his janitor's salary and another investment strategy that they will explore shortly. Having multiple income streams reduce dependence on a single job or employer. Many people believe that a full-time job is secure and stable, but in reality, relying solely on a single income source can be much riskier than you think, especially in today's economic environment. Even if your current expenses are $2,000 per month, there are ways to live more frugally, perhaps $1,500 per month. So, but there will always be a baseline of essential spending, because even if you live minimally, everyone needs some money for necessities. However, earning just a little extra, say 2000 $200 per month can make a huge difference over time. So to increase your income, you have a traditional option. Work overtime, request a rise, acquire additional skills, or find a better paying job. Alternative, you can start a side hustle alongside your full-time work. Side hustles are excellent ways to earn additional income. They will require extra hours and efforts in the short term, but over time, the rewards can be life changing. So tell me in the comments, do you already have a side hustle alongside your main job? I'm generally curious, curious to see your response. So, but saving money and working extra hours wasn't enough to make Ron Reed a multi-millionaire. So he had another secret investing. When he passed away, the truth emerged. Ronald had invest in more than 95 different stocks over his lifetime. By analyzing these investments, financial experts discovered a common theme in his approach to investing, a term that can teach us a lot about building wealth systematically. Investing wisely is a cornerstone of long term financial success, but it must be done with discipline. One common mistake people make is stock picking. So which which is trying to buy the most promising stocks and sell them at the perfect time for minimum profit. So while it sounds appealing, 90% of stock pickers lose money due to judgment errors or high trading fees. So Ronald did not engaging in stock picking. So instead, he focused on fundamentals. He analyzed companies' increasing value and invested with a long-term perspective. Every 2 weeks, when he received his janitor's paychecking, he would invest immediately, even before spending on anything else. So here's the magic compounding. If you save $1,000 in the first year and earn 10% interest, you have 1,100 dollars in your second year. The next year, interest is calculated on 1,100 dollars, not not 1,000 dollars, giving you $10 and $100, not 100 or not 100 or $1,000, giving you 1,210 dollars. Over decades, this compounding effect grows exponentially, turning modest savings into substantial wealth. Of course, investing involves risking risks. What would you if the stock market dropped by 50%? Most people panic and sell fearing loss. Ronald, however, witnessed 11 marked crashes in his lifetime and remained steadfast. His secret was understanding the market's reaction and and predictable. And the long-term investing, regardless of short-term volatility, is the most reliable path to wealth. So, so Andrew Stotz, one of the world's leading stock analysts, studied market data from 2005 to 2015. He concludes that missing just the 10 best market days in a decade could wipe out your potential profits entirely. The lesson is clear. Stay invested, remain patient, and don't try to time the markets. Ronald taught himself how to invest. He read the Wall Street Journal, spoke to neighbors working in banks, and consistently educates himself about money and its mechanics. Wealthy people invest in knowledge as much as they invest money. You're doing the same right now by watching this video and learning. So no one is perfect, not even Ronald. Some of his investments felt like Lehman Brothers during the 2008 financial crisis, but he had diversified his portfolio, which cushioned the blow and allowed him to continue growing his wealth steadily. Even if you've made poor investment choices in the past, or if you feel you've started too late, don't give up. So remember Ronald Reed, who remained disciplined, decisive, and patient. If you want to learn the, the 10 habits that keep people poor, according to Warren Buffett, check the video at the top right corner. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. So comment below with your own plan for achieving financial freedom and so on. I wish you every success in your investments. And remember, building wealth is a marathon, not a sprint. See you soon. Goodbye and take care.